Thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with ChrisChamasiros. I talk about politics, sports, and entertainment to keep you well-rounded, what's going on around the world. If you don't like hearing the truth, definitely don't tune into this channel. So let's get started today. So the fallout continues for all of liberals and Democrats who are calling for the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and Republicans and conservatives. They just think they can go online and promote violence and then hide behind it's freedom of speech. It's not freedom of speech. Telling citizens to murder other American citizens based off of political beliefs is not freedom of speech, especially when those murders are being carried out. So Hasan Piker, the big Twitch streamer, who his main audience is 13 to 18-year-old kids, go figure, the pedophile himself, he has urged his followers for years, take out Charlie Kirk, take out President Trump, take out conservatives, take out MAGA. If you say take out, you mean to kill. That's what you mean. And you know what's amazing? I'm not on Twitch, but I'm on YouTube. I'm on X. If I called somebody fat or ugly or told them shut the F up, my account gets banned. So I don't understand how he's still on a social media platform. He's been on there for years. Hasan Piker's been on there for years with a host of other Democrats and liberals calling for conservatives' deaths, and their accounts never seem to get suspended. Go figure. But if I told a Democrat or liberal, shut the F up, or you're ugly, or you're fat, immediately account off, banned, suspended. Of course, liberals will call their, Governor Pritzker a fat slob himself. Oh, President Trump is silencing free speech. Free speech is saying, I hate conservatives. Free speech is saying, I hate President Trump. Free speech isn't inciting an assassin to carry out an assassination, and then you hide behind, it was just free speech. I didn't really want him to do it. I just told him to do it, and he actually did it. So now I'm just going to hide behind free speech. You know what? I hope every single one of you Democrat losers that was celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination in front of his children, remember that one factor. Democrats are celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination after he was shot in the throat in front of his children. His children got scared and ran to him because they heard the gunshot. And you have Democrats and liberals and Don Lemon and Montel Williams and Joy Reid and the rest of the piece of garbage human beings. Oh, well, Charlie Kirk was a racist. And Black Twitter and all the black racists on X and everywhere else. I keep seeing these clips on Black Twitter. Racist black guys pulling up a clip. See this clip right here? I found Charlie Kirk being racist right here. So he deserved to die. That's your logic? That's your logic? What about all the black racists that are on TV day after day after day spewing their racism? Do they deserve to die? Of course not. Of course not. So Democrats and liberals feel whoever they deem racist deserves to die. Wow, amazing, huh? Amazing how that always seems to go. So Congress sent the chief executive officer of Twitch a letter so he can come before Congress and testify. The Committee on Oversight and Government Reform requests your testimony at a hearing on Wednesday, October 8th, 2025 at 10 o'clock a.m. in room HVC 210 of the U.S. Capitol Visitor Center. The hearing will examine radicalization of online forum users, including incidents of open incitement to commit violent, politically motivated acts. And what do you think Democrats and liberals are calling this? They're calling this an attack on freedom of speech. Abby Phillips, Don Lemon, Montel Williams, Jimmy Kimmel. To those liberal nut jobs, this is an attack on freedom of speech, not a man being murdered in cold blood. And do you think that all of these pieces of garbage want their followers to just stop at Charlie Kirk? Of course they don't. They want all of us to meet the same fate as Charlie Kirk. Every single one of us that doesn't vote Democrat, this is the plan that Democrats and liberals have for you, because if they get to deem you racist, according to them, you deserve to die. Freedom of speech is a Democrat or liberal saying, I hate President Trump. I hate conservatives. I hate MAGA. They shouldn't have their job. That's freedom of speech. But when you say things, when you promote violence, when you have the entire Democratic Party, Maxine Waters, the President of the United States, Joe Biden, Alexandria Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Maxine Waters, Sheila Jackson, telling Democrats, go up to conservatives and punch them in their face and attack them in public and get bloody and they need to be taken out. And then people are actually taken out. That's not freedom of speech. That's inciting violence. That's inciting murder. But just, hey, leave it to liberals. Leave it to the Democratic Party. Your party's just an effing joke. All of you are effing joke. Every single one of you at this point in the Democratic Party is a complete joke. All of these black liberals on TV in these high-powered positions, making $15 to $20 million a year, promoting violence every chance they get, are they ever taken off the air? Are they ever punished? I mean, look how many years it took them to take Joy Reid off the air. And the only reason why they took her off the air is because her ratings were in the toilet bowl. But guess what? They would have never taken her off the air if people were still watching. They didn't care that she was calling people to violence and saying that white people are the most evil, racist people. They didn't care about any of that. They didn't care that Don Lemon, they don't care. Democrats don't care. Do you think they really care about Hasan Piker telling his followers to take us all out? They don't care about that at all. As soon as their ratings go down, they get taken off the air. Oh, nobody's watching now, so we got to take you down now. But if people were watching and actually carrying it out, oh, we're going to reward you 10, 15, $20 million a year contracts. And all these racists online who call Charlie Kirk a racist, but you got no problem with guys like Al Sharpton. You have no problem with Louis Farrakhan. Oh, no, they're strong leaders, right? You don't have a problem with any, I love all these Democrats that try to preach from this moral high superiority, like they're gods and they're just so holy and none of their racism or violence ever counts. It's only you, if you say something that they don't like, then you're a racist. Then the tears, the rioting, the burning down of buildings and businesses, that's when that starts because they don't like your words. It's not that you physically did anything to them. You just calling them out for what they're doing, so you deserve to die. And don't think Hasan Piker is the only one saying these types of things on online platforms. He's not the only one. There's hundreds of them. But I know one thing, I am ultra conservative. Here's the definition of ultra. If you want a secure border, if you want America to be first, if you want the national language to be English, if you just want the American flag to be waved, if you want America to butt out of foreign affairs, if you want to say Merry Christmas, you're a right-wing extremist. Well, if that's a right-wing extremist, I am as far right as you could go. Oh, let's not forget illegal. I don't think one illegal person should be in the United States of America. Could you be illegal in another country? You would last 5 minutes before you were locked up and put on a plane and sent back. But only in America do we reward people for breaking the law. Oh, here's a free car. Here's health care. Here's a house. Here's free money. You know why they do that? You know why Democrats want that? Because they need voters. That's why. So if you're against all these things, then you're a right-wing extremist. And ABC is saying that Jimmy Kimmel will apologize and he'll be back. I don't want his apology. He can go F himself. Trying to make it sound like the shooter, the assassin, was really MAGA or a conservative. Meanwhile, Tyler Robinson's parents came out and already said, our son is a left-wing extremist. He is definitely capable of this type of behavior because he got radicalized by left-wing extremism in college. And then his lover's parents want to talk to Candace Owens because the media is trying to portray their son as some normal human being. Meanwhile, the kid was a complete homicidal, psychotic maniac, and they want to talk to Candace Owens. Listen, a lot of people at this point feel that Israel was involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination, so they're trying to take blame off of Tyler Robinson. The bottom line is this. If Tyler Robinson didn't have the same beliefs to want Charlie Kirk assassinated, they could have never have tricked him. So I'm not letting him off. I'm not letting any of them off the hook. Charlie Kirk should still be alive. He should be going home to his children right about now and saying hello and having dinner. But of course he isn't, because he was shot in the neck and called every name in the book because he wanted to sit down and have conversations with people who had different political views. Black people, white people, gay people, Hispanic people. He wanted to sit down and have a conversation. And all the real racists on X and on Twitter and on YouTube, oh, let me find this clip of Charlie Kirk being a racist. Oh, here, I found the clip. He deserved to be assassinated. Really? We're gonna assassinate people based on who gets deemed racist? Then you want to preach from some high moral ground like you're some superior person of righteousness as you celebrate a man being assassinated because you didn't like his words? Again, did Charlie Kirk ever kill a black person? No. Did he ever kill a Hispanic person? No. An Asian person? No. A gay person? No. Did he ever kill anybody different than him? No. He wanted to have a conversation. So for Democrats and liberals, that's enough for you to die. And then when you die, when you get assassinated, we're all going to celebrate we're going to be so arrogant to celebrate your death online and don't think we should lose our jobs. They incite violence and promote violence and think there's not, oh, freedom of speech. Well, it's not freedom of speech. Like Montel Williams said yesterday, well, the shooter made a joke before he assassinated Charlie Kirk. A joke, huh? Scott Jennings said, it's a joke? Really? Well, the man was murdered right after that. So real funny joke, huh? Montel Williams sitting there like the racist idiot that he is. Oh, Montel Williams is just a walking pile of shit. There's no other way I can describe him, so sorry I got to curse. Every one of you lefties who are mocking Charlie Kirk's death, I hope every single one of you loses your job and you're eating out of dumpsters, you and your entire family. Don't care. Over it. My level of tolerance is at 0 after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Watching Democrats celebrate Charlie Kirk being murdered in front of his children, completely done with the Democratic Party. Don't want to hear your side. Don't care about your problems. Don't want to hear why you feel the way that you do. And honestly, don't give a F. F all of you. You're all such tough guys and, you know, you're this and you're that, but you can't even sit down, shake somebody's hand, and sit down and say, let's have a debate. You say your side, I'll say my side, and we'll after that, we'll shake hands and go have dinner, and that'll be the end of it. Nope. You want that person assassinated because you're a coward piece of garbage. That's what you are. And at this point, I don't want to sit down with Democrats. I don't want to hear their version of events. I don't want to hear them say both sides got to turn down the red. That's a bunch of bullshit because Democrats are the only ones calling for conservatives to be murdered. The Republicans are always taking the high road. Violence is not the answer. We should all be victims to Democrat judges, liberal judges, when they let criminals out into the street to murder us and sexually assault us. We should all be victims to liberals and their nonsense. I have had enough. Enough. I hope every person that celebrated Charlie Kirk's assassination, I hope every single one of you loses your way to make a living, and I hope every single one of you is eating out of a dumpster. And with that being said, thanks for tuning in to Unbreakable with Chris Chamasiros.